today I'm going to go over my waterfall chart template. And in Excel 2016, this is actually a new chart type, so you don't need this template if you got that version. And how waterfall chart works is it tracks the cumulative values along the way at each data point. So for instance here, in my example, I'm using a statement of cash flows. So here I've got a net income value of $14,145, and the next item, depreciation, picks up where this amount left off. And because the positive amount adds to it, and so do any of these green amounts, because they're positive, they keep adding to the balance. Any of the red amounts are negative and bringing that balance down. So by looking at this chart, you can see how you get from point A to point B at the end here, and see what contributed the most, what took away the most, and it's a little easier than just having the actual category totals and then having to either calculate it yourself or refer to your data table. That's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to look at the data tab. And so the only values that need to be changed are columns A and B. C through H are all formulas, and column C is the running total. So at the end of this running total right here at the very bottom, this is the amount that you want to reconcile to and make sure that that matches up to your total change that you're trying to show for. If it doesn't, then that means either an amount is wrong or one of your signs is incorrect. And that's important because if you just plug in the dollar change, it might not necessarily give you the desired effect that you want. Because, for instance, if you've got an increase in sales, that's a positive, that's a favorable effect on your total most likely. So you're going to want to make sure that that amount is positive. That being said, if you've got an increase in expenses, then even though that's an increase, you want to show that as a negative because that's going to be an unfavorable effect on your running balance, especially if you're doing something like an income statement. In my example here, I've got a statement of cash flow. So any inflows of money or additions to cash should be positive, and any outflows from cash are negative. And so that's where you just want to make sure that your signs are correct. Now, if you want to add additional items to here, then what you can do is somewhere along the lines here is inserting however many rows you need, and then copy the formulas down. And this will make sure that in the chart, those new items will be included. Because if you just add your new items at the bottom here, then you'll need to adjust the chart to make sure that includes those new items. Now, one last point I will make is on the waterfall chart, the one thing that I found useful when I was doing variances and this type of analysis is if you click on the chart and insert some auto shapes, like let's say just a rectangle here, and then add some text into this, and then what this will do is give you a bit more context to your reader to explain any large amounts here, just to give them a bit more context to why this amount is such a big increase or why this variance is so large. That about sums it up for this template. So hope you enjoy and hope you found it useful. Thank you.